morning, everybody. It is the 5th of January. We got a great crowd here today, and we've got some videos to share. So let's see. Let's start with Tom. We got a couple Christmas videos. So Tom, why don't you tell us about yours, please?
Oh, okay. This is from the Winter Haven Festival by Party Bike, which is one of our club field trips that we did. I think it's the first time we've done one like this. And we ended up having 2 party bikes full of crazy people from the club. And I wanted to get this out on the wire before Monica and I went on break and everything out of town. So we didn't run it by the Multimedia SIG. Put it on our Facebook page, and it's already gotten 1,100 views.
Wow.
So if there are glitches in it, my bad.
Well, let's check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay, what do we think of that?
That was great. I have a question. How do you get, like, the background in the yards were clear, but the people were blurred, which is perfect. But how do you do that?
All totally by accident. Yeah. I was using my Android phone for all the photographs, and I probably should have taken the GoPro out instead. Because I tried taking still shots, every one of them came out blurry. So I ended up just using all the videos that I have, and even those were kind of iffy, sort of maybe for a lot of them. Tried to do the stabilization in DaVinci, and I think it actually created more problems than it solved, because if you notice, there are a couple of wiggly spots.
Get the jello off.
Which stabilization did you use?
Which stabilization do you use for that one? Do you remember?
Just
The first one, perspective?
yeah.
Is that the best one to use? Or
Not for something like that. There's, they have 3 different options,
Right.
and it tells you in the description
Oh, what it does.
what it'll do and everything. I find for something like that, the third one works better, keeps it not completely from kind of moving around, but more so than the first one.
Okay. Yeah, there's that little bit of that, they call it a jello effect. It kind of, you get that
Yeah.
weird little thing going on. 9 times out of 10, most people are never going to notice it. But if you start watching stuff like that, you start to see it a little bit. The other, to your point, Sherry Lee, the phone is seeing the brightest object, and that's what it's focusing on. So if you look at any of those shots with the house and the people and stuff,
Yeah,
it's focusing on the background. It sees the light like there.
yeah.
It sees all the light here, and then this is going to be not in focus. So,
You can change that, right? Like, with you can, by
well, you could do
switching
it.
on like those faces as you were.
You could in the cinematic mode on the iPhone. I
Yeah.
don't know what Android does. Now the only issue is he's moving,
Right.
and so these people
But
are only on.
it's video.
Yeah, but they're only on screen for just a little bit. It's
Yeah.
possible that you could do it, but to me, I like the idea of the background being, that's the subject.
Focus, yeah. And I like I don't know, there's a lot of kids in it,
Mhm.
just the safety of the people. I don't know, I just thought it was great that the faces were blurred until you saw Monica,
Ah,
which was really appropriate.
she is.
Oh, yeah, I just thought it was really fun.
Did I see there was cup holders in there? Were there adult
There
beverages
are.
being consumed?
You know, these are party bikes.
Okay.
And the first time I heard about party bikes was we were going to the Fox Theater, and there's a party bike rolling up and down Congress and Broadway,
Yeah.
and people are drinking. They
Oh,
are
yeah.
partying, yeah. And actually on this party bike, you were allowed to bring one of your favorite beverages as long as it wasn't hard liquor.
Oh,
The good thing is nobody did. And we didn't have a bartender on board, so that was also a good thing. But it turned out to be the only way other than walking
mhm.
this year of getting through Winter Haven. In the past, they've had trolleys, they've had hay rides.
Hmm.
None of those vendors
Good job.
rogered up this year.
Hmm.
And so the party bike was the only way of getting around. And we went the Sunday before Christmas. And it turned out, and we were the first 2 party bikes going into Winter Haven that day, or that evening. And it turned out that was the big day for all the families to show up, bring their kids and everything else and show everything off. If you've never been to Winter Haven, it's amazing what a lot of these residents do as far as the exhibits and everything. They have live bands playing on at some of the houses and all. And you saw the thing with the cars.
Yep.
Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
And if I had a chance to go back through afterwards, I would have gone back
Yeah.
to some of those locations and everything and gotten more detailed shots. We just didn't have the time to do that.
Do they take you around for a specific amount of time?
It's advertised as a 45-minute ride.
Okay.
But what they do is they'll get you about halfway into Winter Haven and then stop for about 10 minutes or so. So you can dismount
Oh, okay.
and then look around.
All right.
Logistically, one of the challenges is we had all the healthy people on one bike.
Yes.
And others that were bicyclically challenged, on the other one, but, it all worked out. The bikes have, electronic assist.
Okay.
Oh,
So basically, you're just kind of pedaling to get the thing started, and stop pedaling to help them stop. But it's pretty cool.
through there once on a mule-drawn hay wagon and also walking. And I think this is the best way to go through. You know, you seem to pass at a constant rate and stuff, so that made it nice.
Yeah,
And I loved your music.
Mhm.
And then you changed it partway through because it doesn't get so monotonous there.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. You changed it, but it kept the same beat.
Yeah.
Much.
oh, okay. And I was able to find something that sounded like TSO, Trans-Siberian
Mhm.
Orchestra, that wasn't TSO. That last piece was a story block
Yeah.
Yeah.
cut.
No, but I meant like halfway through you changed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
That
are
was-
3 different songs, playing on that.
That was good.
Nice job on that. Does anybody have anything else on that? I like that. Good job, Tom.
If you go down, I've been to the Balloon
But you-
Fiesta probably 4 times.
Mhm.
And like some of my movies focus like you did on the colors and the lights and the brightness and the activity. My last one focused on people's faces. And if you want to change it up, then you come to do that.
Just watching the awe and amazement
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
looks.
Which is fun,
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Wendell, we've got one more Christmas one to watch here. Wendell, why don't you tell us, it's Christmas lights, right?
Yes,
Okay.
tour through Tucson Botanic Garden that Tom and Monica organized.
I thought about doing that.
And this is just a quick one. I just used the phone and went through taking stills and videos and set it together and sweating. That found the transition work, but I think I've got it fairly well.
Okay. Well, let's check it out. Okay. What do you think of that one? Would you like, you said the music was AI generated
Yes, that's what it was.
and through Pixabay?
Yes.
Did you know about this, Diane? She's our Pixabay queen. I thought the music was great.
Yeah, well, they had a whole bunch of Christmas music and I just picked ones that were about the right length and sound.
Okay.
I would have liked to seen some movement in the stills,
Mhm.
you know, instead of just like a slideshow.
Right. Well, it gives you that thing we always talk about with the having a, a vertical image and you got a black screen. I personally am not a fan of that. I'd rather see you do a little movement. To Todd's point, there's just something to me about a vertical image. And it is kind of this thing with that black screen that it is kind of just a slideshow. It's like, okay, you have the ability to make movement with your video editing. Now, again, that's what I think is in my style. I would never do that. But to Todd's point, it would just give it a little more interest because you did have some movement with the video.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, like zooming in a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of the photos were pretty much, I couldn't crop up too much.
No, but I think if you, the thing that you can do is with like that is a gorgeous shot.
Yeah.
So beautiful. And if you gave me a nice slow top to bottom movement on that.
Yeah.
And maybe give it like 10 seconds. So it's not, if you only give it like 5 seconds, it's going to go really fast. The move is going to go fast and we're never going to see it. So to me, I would rather give it that nice feel of pick your best 10 images, vertical images, and add that movement. And it just gives it just a little better feel, I think, personally.
Okay, yeah.
Now,
Would you also, I would probably take and duplicate the picture so that I've got one blown up and blurred,
sure,
and
you can do that as well.
so that the black is, and if it was the same picture blown up and blurred, then it wouldn't conflict. And because of the light, it would still be
Right.
on.
Oh, and that's definitely a way you could do it, and you do that a lot. Todd's going to do it in a video. He's going to show us here in a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, and again, we don't have to. We don't have to be cookie cutter. We don't have to do. Everybody has to do everything the same way. But I just kind of look at that and say, gee, I wish there was some movement. Yeah, Holly here.
Well, while you have this up, there were several shots that you had agave and some other plants that are red and green.
Yeah.
And I assume that was done with lighting.
Yes.
Did they
Something-
paint those plants with something reflective of red light? Because the green would.
If you look
at the lights moving, 5 seconds later, it would look completely different. But
You see it going
Oh,
up.
it's
You see the holly. See the light going upwards.
Yeah.
It's lighting up on the bottom
But
side.
again, the question is, the red
Red light.
is red light, but a green plant does not reflect red light. So what did they do to those plants so that they reflect the red light?
I don't know.
Wow.
they have,
I've never really given it that much thought, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's pretty cool, I'll say that.
Well, it's very cool. I love that's why I said, I think that shot to me is just a beautiful, beautiful shot. I mean,
Yeah.
it's super sharp, it's clear. Some of them are a little bit blurry, but the ones that are just really nice, I mean, that's another nice one right there. Just,
Where'd you shoot this with, Wendell?
just, phone,
Your phone?
and you're just hand holding it?
yes.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
one thing I was looking for that I did see was, I thought the garden train set they had there this year
There,
was,
oh, see,
See, that's just stunning.
how did they do
That
that?
was just the lighting that kept changing.
Yeah, but the green doesn't reflect red.
Yeah.
So they did something to it, sprayed it maybe with something.
No.
Or maybe it
Yeah.
does just reflect.
I think it's
And everything's improved. And that's why.
that,
And see, it's
yes, I would agree with Phil just said that the lighting is overwhelming the color green. And maybe if you look, you see how deep this is here in
Yeah.
terms of its color, and then you get lighter and lighter. Well, you see from the intensity here, it's blowing out the color. So if I had to assume, I'm assuming they didn't do anything to the plants to, give it that. But I think it's a great contrast in terms of the colors.
Oh, it
It's
is.
complementary.
And look it up higher than you were pointing, where some fronds are red,
Right.
some are green.
Sure.
think it's just how the lights,
The light.
Yeah,
just how the light's hitting it.
It's a-
Yeah, I think it's just how the light's hitting it.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I hate to agree with Kevin,
Oh.
but the real defense for not using these black bars is that what you're trying to do is draw the audience into the scene. And all of a sudden, you've got this wide screen, it's
Uh-huh.
Christmas, you're delighted by it, and bingo, you're out. You're gone with the black bars. That's why I would never use it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought about that because typically I would use something lighter, but I was thinking this was night scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with this resolution, it would be a real problem trying to expand these to fill the screen.
Well, I wouldn't, if you're cropping and moving any movement, then you can be as wide, you'll not see any black.
Right.
I do that all the time. I'll do vertical moves on a vertical image.
Yeah, I think what Phil is saying is with the low light photography, if you expanded the resolution,
Right, to fill the frame.
fill the frame, the resolution might not be enough to.
I just don't think you have the image there to
I bet you
make
do.
it look good.
But you could
I
set,
bet you do.
you could set the phone at 16:9 instead of a 4:3.
Well, you could, but then you're gonna shoot your vertical images 16:9. That's gonna be weird.
Well, you don't do vertical.
We just
Yeah.
don't do
Well, that's another, well, and that's part of it too, is you think of it as being a photographer or a video. When I'm going out to shoot, what am I doing and why am I shooting that way? So as a photographer, a still photographer, before any of us ever did video like this, you're gonna shoot the picture the way it looks best, be it vertical or horizontal. Well, as a video person, you have to think, okay, I have to show this as a horizontal image and only shoot horizontally. And if I am going to shoot, there are some shots that just have to be a vertical. And then you say, okay, I'm going to add some movement to that. And you, again, like an image like this, I don't need to see the bottom third. I maybe start the image here
Right.
up into there. So I'm maybe only giving you half of that image in the move.
it. Yeah, but what I'm just, you may not have the image to do that.
I bet you he does.
And
Well, if you think of any still photo, if I look at that image size, I'm probably 3,000 to 4,000 pixels wide. We're only going 1920 wide. There's more than enough image there. You take it from the still photographer.
My mother would say, if you're going to fight, go out to the left.
Oh, Phil and I aren't gonna throw down, at least not yet. Okay,
As a facilitator of the black and white SIG, I was actually expecting to see an image come up that was monochromatic
yes,
and transition into
Oh,
the
Yeah.
color.
That'd be
well,
cool.
you could do that, and that'd be fun.
Mhm.
I've
Definitely.
done that, but I didn't even think about it on this one.
Yeah, I started messing with mine, that we critiqued before because we're having problems with having the titles showing up clearly.
Right,
And so I actually went with a change up and did a monochromatic shot. Had the title go in
okay,
and then transition to a color shot, the same image,
sure,
and then the title disappears. But
yeah.
and so that's kind of fun. So I was really expecting you to do that, of course.
Well, that's kind of too, like we just saw in Sherry Lee's video where she went from an image to that kind of posterized look. It's the same image. It just gives it a little something different.
One question though. Are the copyright gods going to get excited about the music that was going with
Yes.
the trees?
Yes,
Oh,
we're gonna find out.
Okay.
They get when I did that last year. We
What?
played it because I videoed
Oh,
those
that
trees also with the
section was
music.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, All right, yeah, well, the one thing that, Wendell I asked him, I said, is there any copyright music? He says, no, it's from Pixabay. I'm like, okay. Then I see the trees and I'm thinking, oh God, that might not be good.
Yeah, because I think that's a TSO piece.
Probably
if I
is,
remember
and
right, Trans-Siberian
Well,
Orchestra.
like I said, we'll find out. The key will be, Tom, if you see this video on our club's YouTube page and you see this video, Wendell's video, then it's okay. If we don't see any of Wendell's video in this whole discussion, then you'll know it got big. So anyway, that's why I always want to know when I see something, okay, is there some issue with the music before we record? So that's why I always ask.
Yeah, if there is an issue, we need to go down to Tubac and petition Mark Wood, who co-founded Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes, but does he own the rights to the
Well,
music?
That's,
That's the artist sometimes doesn't own the music.
Right.
Okay, does anybody have anything else on it? Well,
Just one thing, that lighting is still up through this next week, so they close Sunday the 11th.
oh, okay,
Anybody's wanting to go see it.
okay,
yeah, I think it was one of the better, other than Winter Haven, which is already shut down, they shut down shortly after
Sure.
Christmas. And I think Zoo Lights, is already shut down as well. Zoo Lights wasn't quite as impressive as the Botanical Gardens. I think the Botanical Gardens is really neat because size-wise, it's an easy walk and everything for folks our age.
sure,
The one thing they didn't do this year was put good lighting on the train display.
Okay.
And so that's the reason you probably won't see a lot of train shots out of the Botanical Gardens this year, because it's just, you couldn't really see anything. Whereas last year, I think they had it better lit.
okay,
I played around with the setting on my camera, as far as, the amount of light it was letting in, and I got some decent shots of the train
oh, okay,
Last year,
this year.
oh,
I was just there last week.
oh, okay. Well, and that's the beauty of it, if you can shoot, I always talk about shooting a raw image so that I can go in and massage it later too, so, but,
Well, I turned it all the way down,
Yeah.
turned it up for,
yeah,
what the camera's
Yep.
default setting is. So I played with it and shot it several different ways.
okay. Well, that's another way to do it too, definitely, yeah,
To me, the train set was worth it though. I mean,
was it?
they really did a nice job on this
Are you
train
gonna,
layouts.
are you gonna have a video for us?
I only shot a little bit of the train set. I wasn't even gonna, I barely took my camera out of my pocket.
Okay,
I was just like, okay, this is my third time here. I have plenty of footage. I really wasn't interested, but the train was pretty fascinating.
you're telling us you don't care. That's
I'm telling you, I have so much inventory on backstock that unless it's something, I was talking to someone else about this, unless it's something really interesting or unique, I'm just not really adding a whole lot to my
Okay.
inventory.
So Todd, you're telling me you're going from precious keepsakes to inventory.
Yes.
All right. Does anybody have anything else on Wendell's? Thank you, Wendell. Nice job.
Yeah.
Todd, you've got a video for us. Why don't you tell us about this, please?
Okay, so this was my recent trip to France, and I'm putting together something for Sherry Lee. You will see in the beginning, I'm featuring the 3 cities that I went to in France. And this is just the first part of it. So it's like a trilogy, but this is just the first section of it.
Of
And
the trip.
yeah, so
Okay.
I wanted to get some feedback on what you guys see. Kevin's already given me feedback.
All right, here we go.
In the heart of Europe, where the Rhine bends like a silver ribbon, stands a city forged not by one culture, but by the collision and convergence of many. This is Strasbourg, a crossroad of empires, a witness to centuries, a place where history never sleeps. Long before its name echoed across the continent, this land was chosen by Celtic tribes who understood the power of geography. They settled near the river, unaware that their modest village would one day become a jewel fought over by kings and emperors. Then came the Romans. 12 years before the birth of Christ, their legions marched in and carved a military outpost into the earth. Stone by stone, they laid the foundation of a city destined for greatness. By the 8th century, Strasbourg rose into the orbit of the Holy Roman Empire, and from its heart, a cathedral began to climb towards the heavens, a masterpiece of Gothic ambition, whose spire would one day pierce the sky higher than any structure on earth. Centuries turned, empires shifted, and in 1861, under the watchful eye of Louis XIV, Strasbourg was swept into the embrace of France. The Sun King fortified it, transforming the city into one of the most formidable strongholds in his realm. At the edge of Petite France, the Pont-Couvert stand guard, medieval towers and bridges, once sheltered beneath wooden roofs, spanning the River Ill like sentinels from another age. Nearby, the Bourraz Vauban stands in stoic silence, a 17th century marvel designed to unleash controlled floods and halt invading armies. A reminder that beauty and strategy often share the same stones. Between the 1870s and the Second World War, the city passed between France and Germany like a treasured, contested heirloom. Walk in its streets and you feel it. Timbered frame houses whispering German traditions, grand boulevards proclaiming French elegance. Shops spill their colors into the streets, from playful souvenirs to delicate macaroons. In Gutenberg Square, locals and travelers mingle, as they have for centuries, beneath the watchful gaze of the inventor who changed the world. And then, the cathedral. The Cathedral Notre Dame de Strasbourg rises like a stone symphony, completed in 1439. Once, the tallest building on earth, still one of the most breathtaking. Inside, light pours through the stained glass crafted between the 12th and 14th centuries, painting the floor in jeweled colors. But the true marvel stands deeper within. The astronomical clock, 25 feet wide, 59 feet high, a universe of gears and genius. Its figures march through the stages of life. Its dials track the planets, the sun, the moon, the eclipses. Each day, at solar noon, Christ and the apostles process in a ritual of faith and craftsmanship, while life-size rooster crows 3 times. Today, Strasbourg stands not as a relic of conflict, but as a testament to reconciliation. A city where cultures don't collide, but converge. Where history is not erased, but embraced. Where every single stone, every bridge, every whisper of the past reminds us that identity is not a single story, but many woven together.
Okay, what do we think of that?
The slugs, that storyline was so amazing. The picture you painted through your narrative was just awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the information, the photography, what he included was perfect, but music was okay. It was not intrusive, so you could really listen to him.
Yeah.
They did a great job narrating.
I also thought you had a nice balance between the music and his narration, and the music didn't fight with the narration, which is great.
It reminded me of some of Larry Springford's stuff. We
Okay,
should all be thinking of Larry today, wishing him the best, because I think, well, if the weather was right, today is the day for him, for his
surgery.
oh, okay,
surgery. So,
send him a note. I still am gonna talk to you about a couple of those goodies that we
Yeah.
talked about. Cause it's still there, the 2 seconds.
I see it.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. We'll work on that. Yeah, but you know what, the thing I love is Todd's storytelling has really gotten good.
Yes.
yes.
And I think too, with his voice and his narration, it's clear and it's really easy to hear. You know, sometimes narration can be very hard to hear. I don't, just the person's voice just doesn't work. But I think his voice really does come through nicely. Yeah.
I thought it was so good that I want to go there. So
Nice.
Same here.
That tells you something.
Yeah.
That does tell you something.
Who was the inventor that changed the world?
Was it Galileo?
Gutenberg.
Gutenberg.
It was Gutenberg Square, and they have a statue of him there.
Well, the funny thing is
Well, I mentioned it when I talked about the square, that people gather in Gutenberg Square, and then I show the picture of the statue.
See, the one thing that I thought.
I could put Gutenberg.
I didn't realize that because I was thinking the image right after is the image with the stars. And I was thinking, oh, is that Galileo? Right here, you go from this to this with the church, and I see the stars, and I'm thinking, okay, is Gutenberg I was thinking it's Galileo. I don't know. Well, maybe a little text would help with that. That's minor though.
I like the way he had the vertical and the black sides. Well, wasn't just black. He had some activity going.
He had activity going, then he also did the same thing.
Yeah.
With the blue. There was some blue he did at some point here, right there. So there's a little movement to the background. And then he's also zooming.
Astronomical clock.
This clock is
25
absolutely
feet high.
amazing.
Yeah.
It is just mesmerizing. I mean, just all the different pieces that are moving. They actually do a performance at 12:30 in the afternoon that you have to get tickets for in the morning. But I was on a Viking tour and we weren't anywhere close to there, and they sell out quickly. I would have loved to. I was disappointed that I didn't actually get to go back and see all these moving pieces and them talking about.
And you missed the chicken.
Yes, I missed the chicken
Was this a tour with a company?
with Viking.
Oh, I
I was on a Viking river cruise.
Was
nice.
that clock the same time that when the cathedral was built? No, about 1400.
This is the third clock in here. The first clock was built back around 400. This one here was built in the early 1800s.
Okay.
And there's actually the guy that made it did a model of it first, and it sits in a museum in Sydney, Australia.
Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just amazing that everything that this clock does and all the moving pieces and the characters and that move around and the rooster, the crows, and it's pretty cool.
Very impressive. Well, the outside is impressive too. Just amazing architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the thing that I like about this too is that thinking that this is the first of 3. These other 2,
Yep.
you got a high bar already, buddy. You're gonna have to come at video 2 and video 3. And this, you envision this being a nice travelogue piece with all 3.
Right. That's ultimately what this will go together with those other 2 cities.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
Is that why you don't have credits at the end?
Yeah.
Tag them all together.
Right. I have no. Yeah. Right. Because this is just the first part.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything else on that? All right, Todd, nice job.
Thank you.
All right, last goodie, quick goodie here. I'm going to share a quick goodie. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I got the Phil seal of approval. Is that it? This is a quick goodie. Got a message 10 hey, can somebody in your group go shoot some drone footage of the tennis courts for the tennis club, the GVR Tennis Club? And I said, I got time, let's do it. So we have 6 courts here in GVR. I did not know that. So this is just a nice little drone thing with the 6 courts. What do you think of that?
That was cool seeing it from using the drone and everything, because, just street level, all you see is the windbreaks or the privacy, so you just
Well,
don't even see them.
Well, and also I think too, it's just from a standpoint of seeing the surrounding area and some of the complexes too,
Yeah.
in terms of it's not just tennis courts, it's pools and whatever else.
It's a good promotional film.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be very nice for them. They're really gonna like that. There's a goodie too, is I could break that up into each little one. It's got its own little goodie for them. They haven't said that, but I've suggested it. But
Did you make any arrangements for the players?
nope, it just
shot
whatever was there. And the other thing that we did too is we also told them, hey, we're flying the drone, so don't get freaked out.
Yeah.
And everybody was fine with it.
Freaked out that one guy because all his balls kept going into the net.
Perfect stuff. Yeah, Jim.
Just
With your drone camera shooting, do you ever notice any vibration in the videos due to the motors of the drones? I
No,
didn't see anything.
the gimbal does a really good job of keeping, it's a 3-axis gimbal, so it keeps everything nice and smooth. And even if you're tipping that drone, to turn or do whatever, there's 2 settings you have. You can keep the horizon level, or there's like I can't remember what they call it, but there's one where it kind of locks into the thing. So as you turn, the shot turns.
Originally, Jim, the drones were just, all the pictures were Jello. Because I had one of the very first ones. They were terrible. When they put those gimbals in,
Right.
they're just rocks.
Yeah. Made a big difference. Yeah.
I'm trying to recruit some tennis players to move to Green Valley, so could you send me the link?
Well, of course. You bet. We'll fix you up. Yeah.
You know, it almost looked like an artist rendering.
Yeah.
I mean, it had that quality to it. I don't know what you did in post-production to.
Didn't do anything. You know what I think? I think the thing that impressed me was the courts are so like new. You know, the surface is new. The color is beautiful. It's not like it's faded. And,
What time of day?
I think we went around noonish or so. It took about 2 hours to go all the places. At this time of year, because the sun is lower in the sky, we're getting some nice shadow. Normally, I would say, no, I wouldn't shoot in summer because that sun's coming straight down.
So the club told all the players that you were up there.
No, we basically went and just said, hey, just letting you know, we're shooting some drone stuff. If there was people on the court. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a drone, but I'm curious, the thing that you're holding, are you seeing that picture?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. You
Cool.
see everything real time. And I shoot with an iPad mini versus a phone. Because there's a lot of other information that is on there, from a map to a histogram. So you see your exposure. And to me, it's a lot easier just to see an iPad mini, which is like the 7-inch mini versus a phone.
It was really great too that you were able to capture the ball machine at the two courts where we
Yeah.
have ball machines.
That lucked out.
That was really great to get that. And they do so good at maintaining our courts. I mean, because periodically we have to go to some different courts because they're doing new paint and different
Yeah.
stuff for maintaining that. And
Yeah, it worked out. It worked out. It was just a nice goodie that these people were using the ball machine. And I guess it's very inexpensive to do this.
it is.
They were saying that if you went to, I can't remember what the number was, but like $20 an hour or something like that to use the ball machine. If you
Yeah.
go to an
We
actual
get it
tennis
We
place,
get it $30 a year
okay, $30 for the
for
year.
the year to use the machine. Yeah.
And what do they?
And then $30, well, 15 per person for the membership.
Yeah,
So it's thumbs up.
that's nice though. Daryl, you had something?
Well, I was just gonna say, I would have closed with that last shot of the Sahi Reed Mountains.
Oh, okay.
For the,
Versus just closing with this.
right, I think it was the East Center one.
Well, there's the very first one right there is right there. That's nice. West Center is nice for the mountains.
There was one,
There was another mountain.
there was another one.
East
Had
Center.
Really great mountain scene.
You can go do that for all the facilities.
Is it?
Gee, I would love it.
There it is.
Yeah, well, and that's
That
also,
one.
And trees.
That's East Center.
oh, you see the,
So that's so scenic and just, if you know, it's a.
oh, yeah.
Image to leave them.
Well, the goodie too is though that I'm blurring that last bit of the shot so that the text pops.
Right.
So if you look, the shot goes from clear right there, and then I'm just adding blur and the transition because I want that text to pop. So that's a nice little trick. It's you're just basically, you're taking the clip, you're cutting it in two. I add blur to the second half, and then I put a cross dissolve in. It gives me the nice transition. Okay.
Well, I love your music.
Yeah.
We should use that for the photography club video. Oh, darn, we do.
Is that your music?
That's my music, Mike Ranky.
Well, there you go. Well, see, it's Tom, it's so good I had to use it. Well, that's the funny thing about, you're always trying to find something different when it comes to music. And sometimes you end up, it's like, oh God, I've used that before. I can't use that. So I didn't even think about that. All right. Does anybody have anything else?
Yeah, the logo.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, the logo? Yes. That's GVR's logo.
They wanted that?
No, I put it in because I'm thinking just from a standpoint, I can take it off if they don't like it, but GVR would use this to help promote the tennis club as well, besides the tennis club using this as promotion.
But they use GV tennis, not GVR tennis?
Well, this is the tennis club's
Yeah, that's,
website. GV Tennis
Wow.
is the tennis club website.
I'm surprised they.
Yeah,
They would probably get dinged if they did, if they were a new club doing that today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they would.
don't know. All right, does anybody have anything else? All right, we meet again next week. It is the 12th. We have a video of Tom's that we weren't going to get to today. We're saving for next week. Phil's got one for next week. Hopefully you can get a good flash drive. Get out and shoot, work on some videos. And if you have any ideas for us as a group to do something in terms of do a group shoot or whatever, I kind of was kicking around the idea. A couple of weeks ago, Daryl had shot the home up in Sarita, the Christmas home, and I had shot it. Well, I'd love to see us do something like that as a group. So be thinking about that, and maybe we can come up with some event or some goodie and say, okay, just go out whenever. We don't have to go together. Shoot it, and let's have a day where we show those videos. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week.